Shahar.
And I'm Nash, and we're with BuzzBooster.tv.
Yes, on the show this week, we were actually Antelope Island.
Antelope Island
Very
in
difficult
Utah.
to see an antelope there.
Didn't see any, maybe one.
So that gave us some time to talk about business and marketing.
That's right.
And we are going to talk a little bit about Google+. We have a special guest.
Very special guest.
Linda Kane. She's going to tell you the do's and don'ts when putting up an event.
That's right.
Very important today.
Super important.
Super important. And you know, Nash, before we go to the show itself, I just want to talk a little bit about Steve Jobs.
Oh, yeah.
As we know, he just passed away. And he was one of the great marketers of our time. And you have a lot to learn from his work. And I do expect that you do study him as a marketer. We personally, we are not Apple users, but we do admire a lot what he has done for that company. He's a true entrepreneur, right? He started in a garage and built a multi-million-dollar company. But not only that, he more than anybody else would understand the importance that mystery and rituals play in marketing. We talk about a lot about.
We've mentioned them actually several times as an example because they do that unbelievably well.
Yes, remember when they launched the AirBook? That he came on stage with a brown envelope and took the laptop out of that. So this is what we call mystery or mystique in business, and it's crucial to that. Not only that, he was really the one that he was able to create the community, a very engaged community around the company. People that they rave, try talk. Not Apple with an Apple guy. You're just going to lose that fight. So it's very important that us, as business owners, do implement some components of mystique in our business when marketing our business, as well as worry about how do we create a community that is really engaged.
It's crazy about you.
Crazy about you, that it will talk about you everywhere.
Yeah.
So a great example, really sorry to see him go, but very important for you to study Steve Jobs. So I'm in Antelope Island today. We decided to come here, of course, to see some antelopes and bison, and they have some kind of pronghorn sheep. It's really, it's supposed to be really cool. But what happened is that we got here, and for about 2 hours, we didn't see a thing other than some birds. And it was pretty frustrating. We kept going, listening to Lady Gaga, but we were frustrated that we didn't get any results by coming here. Then finally, when we were almost going on our way out, we decided to take a small road, and then we not only saw the bison, we saw the antelope, and actually got some pretty cool pictures of an antelope really close to us, and you can check that on our Facebook page. And then it was really worth all the trip coming here. You know, I couldn't help but relate this to business because I do that quite often, as you know. And I was thinking how many times in business we get so frustrated with the results we are getting. We put a campaign out, a marketing strategy, sometimes we do the launch of a product, and we just don't get the results we want. And many times we just quit, when really a little bit more, just a little bit more, would take us where we wanted to go. I see this every day, actually, even with clients, that they give up before the right time. You know, there is a right time when you have to stop and think, okay, this is not paying off, it's not bringing me the profits, and I need to stop. But most of the time, I would say 99% of the time, people stop before really a little bit more effort, and they would have been achieving what they wanted to achieve. And so my message to you today is really there are points that you are going to be frustrated in business. That is part of business. Stop, think, let the nuisance pass by, just like the car, and keep doing. Be consistent in what you do. When I see people using internet marketing and social media, that happens so often. They put 2 videos out there, they don't get any views, they stop doing that. They go to Facebook, try for a month, don't see any results, and they stop short. Don't do that. Don't allow that to happen in your business. You know, frustration is part of a process. Get over that. Get over the overwhelm too. Keep going, because you are going to see amazing things if you don't quit before it's time.
So today we were driving around and I saw some bison and I said, "Stop the car! We need to do a video." And here's why. You know, there's an interesting fact about bison, and that is that when they're scared, when something's going on and there's fear, they blindly follow, and they blindly go, and sometimes they blindly jump down the cliff, and they die. And that's one of the reasons why we don't have as many bison nowadays as we did way back then, right? Because they just blindly fall. And here's the thing, as business owners, we tend to do the same a lot of times, unfortunately. So when the economy is bad, and we hear things in the media, and this and that, and the world is falling, and everything is bad, we blindly go and we take advice, and we jump off the cliff, and we quit, and we don't do what's actually the right thing to do, because we're taking advice from people who maybe aren't qualified, or we're listening to things that really don't matter as much at the time. So listen, if the times are a little bit tough, take a look, stop, try not to make a decision just emotionally, and think, okay, what's going on, and what are the things that I can do differently to solve this problem, to get past the situation, because really it's just a phase and we'll get over it. We just need to figure out a better way to do it. All right, that's my message.
Hi, this is Linda Kane. I'm with MCE International at www.mce-international.com, and I wanted to just introduce myself to you. I'm a professional meeting planner, and I've been in the business for about 20 years, and I'm here at Michelle Sism's Take Action, Get Profits program, and we are in Orlando, Florida. And what can I tell you today about working and doing live events? They are a blast. It's a wonderful way for you to build a network, build a community around your program, establish yourself as an expert. And a couple tips for you. The first tip would be to always don't be afraid to do a live event. Make sure that you use a meeting planner to help you with the live event. And look at different kinds of venues. Some people think that they can't do a live event because they can't afford a hotel or a fancy place to do the event, but you don't need that. You can do women's clubs, schools, gyms, churches, community centers, and then a lot of the more lower end hotels like Holiday Inns, Best Westerns have meeting rooms that you can get for $50, $60 a day. You can start out there, put a program together, build your community, and then work yourself up to a 5-star hotel, and everyone will want to come. Another tip that I can give you is that to remember that if you're doing live events, don't rely on live events as your only source of income for the year. Make sure that you have some of their backups. You have some products to sell. You do webinars, teleseminars, and continue to build your community. And the third tip that I can give you, which is probably the most important from watching tons and tons of live events and being part of live events, is to make sure that you do your follow-up with your community that you're building. If you promise to give them something, be sure to follow up on it. And if you use a really good event planning company like my company, we'll remind you at the end of your event what you promised your audience. Thank you. This is Linda Kane with MCEInternational.com.
Let's talk about Google Plus a little bit. But before we start, if you look down there, you see a big black dot. Well, that's a bison that is sleeping right now. Yeah, it's pretty sunny at the moment, and there are actually some others doing the same thing, and we don't want to get too close anyway, not to disturb them. But let's go back to Google Plus. Maybe you have an account already, maybe you don't. If you don't, you just tell me, I can send you an invitation. It's a very interesting platform that people tend to compare a lot with Facebook, which I don't think they should, because it's not supposed to be the same thing. And in fact, the kind of relationships that you can build right now are a lot deeper and very interesting, and the content that you have there now can be really a resource for you and your business. I get amazing ideas and information coming from Google Plus right now. But the feature that I want you to pay attention as a business owner is the Google Hangout. The Google Hangout is a place where you go and you can invite people to come and join you on video for a discussion. Okay, so if you go to Google Hangouts right now, you can take part in other groups that where they go around the topic. People can pop in and just give their opinion, or you can have a little bit more private. Of course, there are ways to record that so you can repurpose that conversation in other environments. It helps you position yourself as the expert, make more connections, and of course, have a conversation around the topic that I see. If you repurpose, there are many uses you could have for that. Not only that, your relationships will strengthen, and of course, it's just fun. So go take a look at Google Hangouts inside Google Plus, because you might have some amazing ideas or how you can use that for your business.
That was good.
It was really good. I hope you enjoyed. You know, if you want to know more about us, where they should go?
BuzzBooster.tv.
Yes, watch our shows almost every week.
Yes.
See you next time.
See ya.